Alright, so I'll put this at the start of the video. I am not to the point that I'm ready to record the full onslaught here. We've got our water swashbuckler. I went ahead and created him last night. It's weird and sad to me that I get it's based off of Ninjini and everything, but I mean, come on, this guy would look amazing with peg legs, and I've got like a mechanical dolphin tail. I'm literally thinking of naming him Captain Dohfin. A sort of captain paying homage to the pirate. Doe, basically just being like a Homer Simpson thing. And Finn, the Finn. But here's the weird thing, right? So I'm in here and off camera, I come through and I document everything level 1 to level 5 as it unlocks. I've got him the money. I'm ready to go here. I was about to purchase a soul gem and I'd done the secret technique, right? And you're probably thinking like, yeah, well, what's the big deal, idiot? Well, we shouldn't have the one I'm talking about, which is sword wall. So let me back out here. This is our primary. Knife thrower turns out to be pretty cool, but more on that later. This is the secondary, right? And then I'm out. If I come in here and press Y, boom, right? And you can like do the sword wall. So the problem with that is that it's supposed to be locked until level 2, alright? I think it's 2 and 4 for the secret techniques. So check this out. We come in here to powers, and like I said, I'm on knife thrower. We have charger, elemental powers. We've got these two active. These are unlocked at 3 and 5 respectively. Soul Gem, we just need to purchase it. I didn't want to purchase it ahead of time because I was afraid it might retroactively degrade this, which I guess is some sort of a glitch or something. Check this out though, it clearly states that this is locked, okay? So we come in here and it's sword wall. Press Y to create a sword wall, hit the wall with X and the sword's flying. I just did that. I literally just showcased sword wall. And the problem is secret technique number 1, which that's what this is, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 is unlocked at level 2. We are level 1, alright? Secret technique number 2, it clearly states it's unlocked at level 4. Blade NATO, secret technique number 3, that's basically when you defeat the Swashbuckler Doomlander. Insert your battle class Doomlander. And then, of course, the final one, that's unlocked if you've got a Skylander that's a Swashbuckler. Aurora, Chain Reaction, Solar Flare Aurora, so on and so forth, right? So typically when I come in here, even though a normal person would have access to level 2 and level 4 first before they defeated the Swashbuckler or had the Skylander one, I'm over here documenting secret techniques 3 and 4, and then I have to wait until level 4 here and level 2 here. However, this guy is level 1. He's clearly level 1. He's never killed a real enemy. And I have access to the level 2 swashbuckler technique, which is really cool. The sword wall, and I guess it's pretty cool that we have access to it prematurely here. But I promise you, this should say secret technique unlocks at level 2. Once again, it says right there, it's locked. I don't know what the deal is, but check it out. I mean, he's level 1. The man has never killed a soul in his life. He has 0 XP. I don't know if they feel sorry for him that he can't have his peg legs, and they're like, well, here, have a level 1 unlock of a level 2 secret technique. But to showcase this, last night in the Halloween live stream, we created a Vlad the Impaler, Count Dracula, Dragula, the Count, whatever you want to call it. I've got a poll towards the end of the video that you can vote in. It's actually on the video. It's a card on YouTube, but I'm going to throw this down because all he's done is collect money, and we will come into secret technique, and it should be locked. So, 1 second. I think he turned out pretty good in the standard color scheme there. So check this out. He is level 1, right? We haven't named him yet, as I promised. He's got a little bit of cash here. He's done nothing. He's killed no one. He's level 1, 0 experience points earned.
And back to the old drawing board we go.
So, in powers here, we've got these two. Elemental power, it's levels 3 and 5. And then secret technique. This is an exception to the rule because obviously Hypnotize, our last one, that's because we have Hoodsickle or Barbella. We have a Sentinel Skylander. The reason we don't have the ability here is because we've not beat the Sentinel Doomlander, which I guess is tied in with Chaos's level, the Lair of Chaos. Unlocks at level 4, unlocks at level 2. If this was the same scenario, this level 2 power would be unlocked at level 1. So again, this is Secret Techniques, level 2 for defeat the Doomlander, have a Skylander. And we're concerned about levels 2 and levels 4 right here. So check this out. I'm going to switch back and let you see it again.
Hear that? Sounds like the tide.
He's got some pretty cool commentary, I've noticed. He's level 1, he's killed no one. I'm hoping this didn't take it away.
Drawing board, eh?
Okay, it says it's locked. It's there. We have it. I don't know why. That's very strange. This is my only Swashbuckler. I don't know if it's a Swashbuckler glitch. I don't know if it's a water Swashbuckler glitch. I don't know if it's sympathy for anyone that has to create a cool looking pirate and then give it a dolphin tail glitch. I don't know what it is. If you have created a water element, so a lot of people probably don't even pay attention to this, to be honest. But have you ever seen this anywhere? Have you experienced it? If you watch anybody else's videos or streams, have you seen it happen to anyone else? This is odd to me, and as such I recorded it. So the good news is Swordwall is amazing and I don't have to wait until level 2. So I'll go ahead and document it here, but it should be locked right now. Once I go into the arena, level up to level 2, at that point in time it'll be available. So but clearly press Y to create a sword wall, hit the wall with X to send swords flying. So we don't have it, but if I press the button, I do have it. I don't do CGI, I don't edit my videos, I don't do anything like that. This is just an interesting little glitch. They don't like the word glitch, so I guess we'll call it like artifact of research. Maybe that's an acceptable term, I don't know. But I'm curious if anyone has ever seen anything like this. And once again, I wish I had more money to spend on crystals because I could test this. I'd make another water Swashbuckler and see if it panned out. But yeah, I'm going to end this, and like I said, I'll do my usual. I'll get this guy up to level 5, and then we'll come in and we'll take a look at the weapon powers. It is something, I'll go ahead and just cover it here. The elemental powers are going to be exactly the same as what we saw with Mr. Frosty. However, the water quick shot, his base attack statistic is 6. The water Swashbuckler, the base attack statistic, as you can see here, is 10. So it's a very subtle difference, but like we're bad Mr. Frosty. Let's see here. The wave push, he was sliding through 7 to 11, terminating 13 to 20. This guy slides through 8 to 12 with a 13 to 20 termination. The bubble bounce was 45 to 68 with bad Mr. Frosty. It's 46 to 69. I was about to say that's impossible. But yeah, so just 6 to 10. It's a very subtle thing. And just to prove that to you, if you were curious, let me come over here. Bad Mr. Frosty with a 6 attack does 5. And then if I switch over to wave push, we come back out and I slide through 8 to 12 and we terminate, if we could ever stage it correctly,
Water!
13 to 20. So yeah, 6 versus 10, that's what that is. But again, I also have a level 2 attack here at level 1, and that's pretty cool. So that said, I will end this and I'll try to buzz through this video quickly since we added this little snippet. But I've been finding a lot of interesting things like this here lately. So hope you enjoy. I'll catch you guys back here in just a few seconds. Alright, check it out. I was afraid this would happen, but we had it. I documented it. Came in, the next thing I needed to do is select Blade NATO, check it out, and Crisscross to get their level 1 attack damages. When I selected Blade NATO, Sword Wall was still lit up, I could still click it. When I exited out and tested Blade NATO, which was actually sort of disappointing, but you'll see that later in the video, When I came back in to select crisscross, which turns out to be pretty freaking awesome, sword wall was gone. And I thought, well, hey, maybe if I just press A, which I guess I've never done, and it's got a pretty funny dialogue line.
Almost like a secret buried treasure it is. Yar, I shall unlock this one day.
Yar, I shall unlock this one day is the one that I heard first, which I thought was funny. But yeah, it is gone, man. So there was something wrong, something aligned perfectly with the stars. I don't know, but we had it, and now it's gone, and that's interesting. So, like I said, he's level 1. No tricks or anything crazy here on my end. Just an interesting little artifact of research we found in the game, shall we say. So nonetheless, now that that's taken care of, I can actually upgrade him. Ironically, what I will unlock at level 2 is Sword Wall, which we just lost, that we had unlocked through the glitch. But hey, what can you do, right? So that's what I do. I go through level 2, stop, come in, document everything, go get him to level 3, document everything plus the new one, rinse and repeat until I get to level 5, and then I showcase you that. So anyway, we've covered like 10 minutes of video here on just funny, interesting artifacts of research, and I'm gonna go get busy because it's 1:56 in the morning. So I'll catch you back here shortly. Hey everybody, one of Wiisdom here. We're back 2:22 in the morning, got this guy up to level 5. We're gonna come in and take a look at the attacks and then upgrade to the mastered version and log the attack damage numbers there. So first thing first, at level 5 his health is 378 and increases by increments of 27 if you would like to deduct back or proceed ahead, whichever it may be. His attack damage is up to 18. Again, box stock level 1, that was 10, so we're at plus 8 at level 5. The armor is 12, that is plus 2 over the stock level. The speed has gotten up to 20, which we began at level 17. It hit 20 at level 4. And then the luck is at 14. That began at 8, so it's increasing a little quicker than some of the other attributes. But let's come in here, and we'll get started with Charger. You're going to press X to attack with your dual blades at close range. So the way this works, it's kind of like a 1, 2, 3. If you just swing it once, you're going to do, in this case, 19 to 29 2 times. It kind of credits both swords. You can see sort of sweeps left to right, if you will. So that's where it's 19 to 29 twice. The thing is, if you spam it, you will do 19 to 29 coming back the other direction. And then what they do to make it special, on the third hit, it is always a critical. So currently where we're 19 to 29, you're going to see me do that twice, and then you're going to see 29 2 times. So there's 1, 2, 3. That's it. 1, 2, 3. Every single time on that third stroke, the comeback, it will be critical. It's not always going to be 29. We started out 18 to 27, so it was always ending on 27. Just finally at level 4, this increased to 19 to 29. So whatever the critical hit may be, if we're doing 20 to 30, then that would be 32 times on the end. So numerically, the way you would have to look at this, instead of just thinking 19 2 times, just think of that as 38 to 58. And then if you were going to spam it, you would have 38 twice, which is 76. And then you're going to be doing 58 2 times a critical. So it's pretty powerful, even though it doesn't seem that way, I guess is the best way to put it. So I'm pretty happy with Charger as is, so I'm hoping that the mastered version does not suck. I'll just say that. Let's see what it is. It's Master Charger. Press X to slash and deal more damage with these sharper blades. I wonder if that will impact everything. The good news is I have it documented, every single attack this dude has, so we will know. But that would be, I mean, we'll know, but we won't know, because I would have to kind of take this last and then come back through and see if Knife Thrower went up because of a sharpened blade. So that's, I don't know, I'm kind of in the dark on this, but we're just going to go chronologically weapon power down through the secret techniques and see what happens. So 700 is the price. Let's go ahead and do that. And it's selected, so nothing really looks too different.
Now back from whence ye came.
Oh, that's not bad. So 27 to 41 now is what we've got. So it'll be 27 to 41 2 times. If you spam it, 27 to 41 2 more times as you cut back. And then finally it'll be 41 2 times as your 1, 2, 3 combo award, if you will. So I always say that, and then you see like one more. That's just because it sort of defaults to that. Like even if you lift off, you have to lift off after like 2 in order to just execute it there. If you literally press the button 3 times, you will always do the next hit of 27. So keep that in mind, but that kept the same mechanics. It just jumped the numbers from 19 to 27, so I have no complaints there. Moving on. Let's go ahead and check out Knife Thrower for the first time. Press X to throw blades at your enemies. Let's go ahead and showcase it for you. This has really good range, I have to say, and I guess this will be my testing stone. So at level 5, we were doing 17 to 26. This is what I would consider spammable. I mean, this is like the golden era of trigger-happy spammable, right? And it does have pretty significant range as well. Now, if we do anything more than 17 to 26 right now, we're going to know that the charger upgrade actually changed this. And luckily it's 17 to 26, so I think that will be specific to the master charger and the charger per se. But 17 to 26, and again, as far away as I can go, I mean, we can basically still, you know, take the dummy down. So that is good to know, and we want to master it now. So Master Knife Thrower, press X to throw your blades doing more damage and stunning on critical hits. Okay. So I'm interested most in the damage increase. It's not a huge one. I'm going to go out on a limb and tell you that right now. But 17 to 22, hey, I'll take it. It's still spammable. So 22 to 33, spammable. Stuns on crits. That's what we're going to put. So if I spam this, anytime we see a 33, it's not showing like an aura here, but we'll possibly, depending on the time frame, run upstairs and take a look at it. You can jump and do this. I don't know why you would, unless you just feel like it. And again, the propensity of critical hits is extremely low. So that's sort of a bit of a downer, but those are our weapon powers, fully mastered, fully showcased. 19 to 27 and 17 to 22, so plus 8 up top, plus 27 down below. Charger gaining the most numerically, but again, Knife Thrower is so spammable. It sort of has that working in its favor. The stun effect, I'm sure, will be useful. It's just one of those things, until we see it, we can't really appreciate it. So the elemental powers, we're not even going to showcase here. If you want to see those, we showcase the elemental powers for any water imaginator with Mr. Frosty. So if you're curious about that, be sure to check it out. I have links from the entire Imaginator research session down below, so be sure to look for that. But what we do care about is the secret techniques. We're going to master them, including the sword wall, which we oddly enough had at level 1, even though it's not available until level 2. So let me come down to sword wall. Interestingly, at level 1, it did 44 to 66 on impact and 33 to 50. And then at level 2, it jumped to 45 to 68 and 34 to 51 with the swords. So, nice little note, I must say. And at level 5, what we're doing is 47 to 71 if we impact the area. You'll see what I mean here in a second. And the swords themselves are doing 35 to 53. So, let's back out of here, and case in points, I want to do this. That's 47 there. You can see you can also manipulate the dummies with this if you're so inclined. And then the 22, that's actually going to be my knife throwing. So we're looking for 35. These dummies are in very odd positions. That's kind of making this hard on me. There was a 35. You kind of saw it. Just take my word for it that it really is 35, because like I said, with these guys out of range like that, there you go. Finally saw it. They've just sort of moved awkwardly, and that makes it really hard for me to showcase this properly. But let's go ahead and upgrade that to the mastered version. So the price for all of these will be 2,000 across the board. Mastered sword wall. Press Y to create an extra damaging sword wall with increased range. Hit the wall with X to send the swords flying. Okay. So let's hope it's good. We'll come over here first.
Set sail for adventure!
Oh, that looks better. 22 was us. 22 was us. Sometimes they'll fly over your head backwards. Let's see what we can do here.
Oh, yeah!
Oh, 59. That's pretty salty. It sadly doesn't do anything if you let it time out. It runs for roughly 10 seconds and the swords just retract into the ground like you saw there. So 59, half of that is going to be, what, 29 and a half, right? That is right, so it would be 30, 59 to 89 on impact. That's plus 12, so it's pretty significant. Now, the flying swords, if we could ever get one to land, please get one to land. Are they not going to fly over my... There we go. 62 is crit, so we know that. 41. Okay, so 41 to 62. Not 632. That would have been amazing. Flying swords. Now, I should mention, I do think this works a little better. Like, say I come in here and switch back to Charger. Note what a pain it was to get these swords to go. And now when I do this, instead of hitting one at a time type of a thing, we can basically just send a barrage of them. And already we're getting hits. So keep that in mind if you're having trouble, if you're wanting to use that in conjunction with one of your primary attacks. Might be beneficial to switch to Charger if that's your preferred attack for the secret technique. That said, Takedown. This is the last one I get to experience, even though it's level 4 unlock. We just have these two ahead of time since we played through the entire game. But you press Y to swiftly yank enemies underground with a damaging blow. Now, the way I describe this one, you sort of have damage when you go down and damage when you go up. This is what the attack looks like. You do have mobility with it. So, oh, what? There's a 24? Oh, I never... I guess that's just stacking because those two are in such close proximity. Yeah, so 24 to 36 going down, 47 to 71 going up. Again, it would be nice if those dummies would stay stationary because that really does complicate things. But Master Takedown, 2K is the price. Press Y to yank enemies underground. Your exit portal will now explode, damaging nearby enemies. Alright. So I kind of thought that's close to what we were doing, but 38, and then we came up at 65. So we don't get any extra.
Oh yeah!
That's a little disappointing. Let's see.
Going underground.
Yeah. It's cool explosion animation. It's just like, really? So 38, half of that is going to be 19. So 38 to 57 down. And we were going up at 47 to 71. We're now going up with, what, 65 to 98? So 65 to 98. I guess technically if there was... I guess it's a bigger area. Which, if these two were spaced appropriately, you know, one here, we might just get the 65 to 98 on the top dummy. But since they're so close, I think we're registering hits every time, so maybe that's the downer. Nonetheless, we did go up quite a bit, 24 to 38 plus 14, and then coming up 47 to 65 for plus 18. So a nice increase regardless of the other issues around it. After that, we've got Blade NATO. This has been probably what I thought would be one of the coolest. Actually, I think this is probably the coolest. Just, I mean, a wall of swords, essentially. I had high hopes for this one. Now, it might deflect projectiles. They never say that. I've never gotten to test it. That's something that would be a saving grace for it. It starts out level 1, 17 to 26. On a perfect scenario, you can get 3 hits on the same enemy. Most of the time, you're only going to get 2. At level 5, it does 18 to 27. If you're curious about a run time, I'd say roughly 2 seconds. So that's it. That's Blade NATO. 1 cycle. These are so weirdly positioned now. Like, we're getting 3 hits, but it's 2 on the back dummy, 1 on the front dummy. I promise you can really do 3 on 1, but you'll usually dispense 3 hits. I guess if you're in close proximity like this, you could possibly get more. I'll say, it is what it is. Let's master this thing, shall we?
You know?
Alright. Mastered Blade NATO. Press Y for a ferocious blade spin attack that continues forward after you have finished the attack. Now that sounds interesting. So let's see if it was worth the 2,000.
Now back from whence ye came!
Ooh, okay.
Blade NATO!
Alright, let's go point blank range here and see what we're doing again. We were 18 to 27 previously.
Yar!
Oh, we
Take
still
that,
are.
says I.
Well, that's unfortunate. So 18 to 27 3 times. That's the mastered version, huh? And then the Blade NATO continues, which this is the only real portion of the master version. Let's change. Let me get back a little farther. That seemed to have better distance than usual. So it pierces enemies, which is kind of a big deal, but it'll be 35 to 53. And that thing might actually travel pretty good. Well, I wasn't intending to hit the well.
Avast ye!
Oh yeah, it got all the way to that bush over there, so it's going to have fantastic range. 35 to 53, that's not terrible, honestly. But honestly, what I am the most curious about is going to be crisscross, our final secret technique. So when we come in here, this is probably the one that sounds like the lamest, right? You're just like, oh, he's going to swing the swords, whoopity-doo. And that's true. It is, you know, animation-wise, probably the weakest link here. But box stock level 1 is doing 39 to 59 3 times. Level 5, 41 to 62 3 times, meaning you press Y 1 time, your tertiary attack once, and you're doing 123 to 186. Not too shabby, right? Let me go ahead and show you what I mean. Just inconspicuous deal. That's all it is, right? It's just like the swords come back, they go forward, and you're done. So the thing is, though, when you get point blank range on an enemy, 3 hits of 41 to 62 again. This is kind of skewing things with the way these are positioned. Again, that's just the way it went down. But let's master this and see what we get. I'm pretty excited about that. Upgrade. Press Y to strike with a devastating crisscross attack that now curses enemies. Oh, causing additional damage for a short time. Okay. I'm thinking this will do 41 to 62, just like Blade NATO stayed the same 18 to 27, right? If it goes up, fantastic. The curse, we'll have to see what we get, but I am assuming it's going to stay roughly the same. So let's see. It did. I'm trying, if I could get these guys separated. Was that 4 hits of 12? Yo ho ho indeed. Okay. He's honing in great, but I'm just wanting to hit one. I think that is 4. Okay, now this I can get behind. I think it's kind of lame that we didn't get additional damage, even though it's already pretty potent at 41 to 62 3 times. But the curse damage is 12 to 18 4 times. So basically, again, if you get a perfect scenario where you're able to hit 3 times, this is sort of akin to the wave push, the elemental power. You typically see 2, but sometimes it'll work out and you'll get 3 hits on the same character or enemy. If you do 41 to 62 3 times, we'll just go base numbers here. That's 123. But now, the curse damage did not register correctly. There's 18 to 18. It's actually 12 to 18. You're going to take that 123 and we're going to add at least 48 to it. Possibly as much as 72. So that's a pretty big deal, I've got to say. And you can kind of see there when it works its way on both enemies in close range. It's going to be a pretty devastating attack, I think. That said, we have now showcased the weapon powers and the secret techniques both in their standard level 5 form and their fully mastered form at level 5 damage capabilities, which again has a attack factor of 18 at this point in time with our water swashbuckler. But there's one more thing we want to do, and that's take a look at the soul gem, because when else would we showcase a swashbuckler soul gem aside from right now? Steel fans is the name. Press right trigger to turn swords into steel fans, a massive spiral attack. So box stock, you sort of have two entries here. There's a slight blade spin that I believe is hitting 6 times, and then you get a ground pound. I don't want to tell you the numbers yet. I want to show them to you. So let me showcase this. You sort of do like a barrel roll type of a thing. It sort of starts slow, gains speed, and then slams down. So at level 5, we do that. Level 1, it was 18 to 27, what I believe to be 6 times roughly, and then the ground pound was 165 to 248. All the way now at level 5, we've only moved from 1827 to 19 to 29, but on the flip side, the ground pound that was 165, it has progressively increased by 3 with each level. Started 165, level 2 168, level 3 171, level 4 174. Here at level 5 is going to be 177. The critical hit on that is going to be 296. 19 to 29, 177 and 296. It's a pretty decent combination, I've got to say. Let me check my time real quick. 20 minutes. So this is not terribly long just yet. This would be going fantastically well if we hadn't done like the extra 10-minute thing at the beginning. But hey, I mean, that was of great interest to me. Anytime there's something that sort of glitches out, or artifact of research, wink wink, nod nod, it's worth denoting, I think. Particularly in a franchise that's sort of hit a stagnant, uncertain point. You know, it's nice to have little tidbits to kind of bring people in. So here's a good look at the water swashbuckler. He does not have the default colors. I love the default colors, even though it's red, which I typically don't like. But this just is one of the water element themed color schemes. I actually thought it looked pretty good, and I have played around with switching this dude up a little bit. So nonetheless, what I wanted to take a look at was
the old drawing board, eh?
Dun, dun, dun. So we'll look at this first, and then we can check that out too. What was the one I wanted to see? Because where was the oh, it was knife thrower. Okay, so let's switch to knife thrower. Stuns on critical hits. Let's take a look at that.
Set sail for adventure!
I'll just have to spam this, I'm afraid. So that's what it is. That just literally stuns the enemy for, what, 3 seconds or so? So that would give you time to run away, get health, get food, switch characters, stage a massive attack, whatever it might be. So that is cool. Our tertiary is currently crisscross. So, boom. 41 to 60, 2 hits with this and we killed the dummy. That's a good sign of the propensity of that attack, which is really high. Master Blade NATO, why not? Let's just showcase it here too with the 4 training dummy.
Blade NATO!
Oh, we ran out. Oh, he's still here? Okay. This covers a lot more ground than it used to, I feel. Let me come down here.
Blade NATO!
I guess it's still 2 seconds. It's really hard to showcase it in this small of an area. That's the problem. But you get the idea. Mastered Takedown. Let's see if this looks any different up here. I'm just going to warp into him.
Whoa!
Oh, it does have... Wow, okay. So they didn't advertise that. So it does have like an explosion reaction. Where we basically send the enemy flying, which is always a plus. And lastly, there's really not a ton to showcase here with Mastered Sword Wall, but let's again pair that with Master Charger. I think that sounds like a charge card scheme or something. So there's the initial damage, and then boom. You get the idea. So yeah, this is our water swashbuckler, which I have toyed with multiple things for this dude. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've thought of that. I've sort of gone that route before. I messed around with this last night.
Howdy, partner.
Equestrian
Nice to meet
head
ya.
wasn't too bad. The slime one I messed with.
Nice.
Or some of the others.
So,
Like the familiar face wasn't terrible.
howdy.
The squid, obviously, to me, that's really good, but it's also a lot like Swashbuckler, you know?
Here he comes.
So yeah, I mean, you get the feel. There's a lot of different ways you could make a decent... I thought the Fire Dancer and then the Aztec guy worked well too. Where is that one so you can see it?
Don't be afraid.
I actually thought that worked well too. Not gonna lie. The slime head wasn't terrible, really. And then, not that one, but the Aztec mask I thought was a pretty good Swashbuckler look.
Hey there.
Science rules.
I feel like at some point I need to utilize that head.
Ready to set sail.
Anyway, we have new arms? Really? Where are they? Show them to me. What new arms? What are they talking about? I don't see anything. Okay. Anyway, let me show you the great selection of tails I have. We've unlocked all but one of them. And I so wish I could give this man peg legs. Like, they're all weird. I think this is the lesser of the evils, honestly. Okay, so now that he is level 5, though, let's end this video with a bang. I have to keep these swords, which look pretty good for him, I have to say, default at their +2 attack because we don't want to skew the research numbers. We unlock a ton more at level 6. But is there anything cool here? Wouldn't know. Popsicle? You know, that's not terrible. The hand sickles would be really cool for a scarecrow. The size make no sense for a pirate. +3, that's not terrible. Katanas, he doesn't really fit the bill for. That ain't bad, really. That's too dorky. Yeah, I think we'll just get him to level 6, and then there's a lot of stupid, like, water theme stuff and all kinds of crazy things we can get him. But for now, I think we'll just stick with what he has now. The gear. Is there a good pirate hat for this dude? I would think there would have to be. Skipper's hat's kind of funny, honestly. I like the color scheme, too. I was pretty sure there was a pirate hat, though, isn't there? I know there used to be a Mongol hat. We should do something funny with that. Dun, dun, dun. Is it just level locked at 6? There has to be a pirate hat, like some over-the-top thing, right? Huh. Come on now. I'm not seeing one. That's interesting. You know what? I think, just for the time being, let's look at him without a hat, which is pretty good with the do-rag only. I think we need to just equip him with the skipper's hat for the time being. I don't really know that there's going to be good shoulder pads. I think eventually we'll equip them, but right now I think we'll just wait until level 6. We'll probably see this dude get something going. Actually, you know, that's armor, and I'll take it. So, Old Faithful pauldrons. Is there anything akin to that? The turtle stuff would be funny. Just like mixed match set type of thing. Let's see. Hardcore's not bad. You know what? Let's just make a mess of this, shall we? Where was that? The hardcore? No. No? Yeah. That has a very Admiral-like thing vibe,
That's
right?
the one for me.
Leg guards, we can probably find him something, surely. Wait, can you equip it though? And then it's just not visible? Which, that's a perk. If there was some amazing stat, but it did not work with your Swashbuckler, that would be the saving grace of this. Old Faithful, +5 speed. +8 speed. None of these are going to show up, so I'll just go with, okay, so +15 speed. +25 speed, oh snap, +30 speed. Yeah, okay. So 25, 10 attack. Knight's Greaves might win out here. Okay, let's do that. 25 and 10 is a really good gain. And we're not going to see them anyway. So it doesn't matter what they look like. Now the backpacks, do we have anything for this dude? That's really dorky, but I do like the attributes we gain. Let's see. Wasn't there an anchor backpack? Did I just like imagine that or something? I could have sworn there was an anchor backpack. Huh. I'm not sure. Commando pack. It's not terrible. Turtle shell sort of works. Ornate shield. No. Wind up keys. Cruel. You know, for now, let's just put frickin' A, 15 speed, yeah. Okay, so the problem here, I want peg legs for this man, and they will not let me do it. Let's actually come in here and try to showcase what I wanted to do, okay? And a swashbuckler, a pirate, it makes perfect sense to me. But where are the legs? We can't, well, I can't show it to you at all because they just won't let me do it. So that's that, man. Let's see, what is his color scheme here? It is Whirlpool Water, which I think actually works pretty good for this guy. The original colors aren't bad, but the problem is I just lose it. Number one, the hat doesn't look good here, but the tail, the fin, the mermaid thing, it's just weird. So, uh-oh. Let me back out completely. That's not what he was like. Oh no, it saved it. Dadgum. I kind of liked his... Okay, Whirlpool was right, and then I think his eyes will just stick with custom. So, yeah, I think once we hit level 6, we'll have a few more things open up for us that we might switch to. Might even give him the Barracudas just to be cliche and dorky. And I mean, really, why not?
All right.
Well, let's just... This guy is stacked now. Let's not joke.
For adventure.
He still doesn't seem that fast, though. But I think he's decked out fairly well at this point in time. You know, and I think we should just end it on a high note. So let's come in here. Personality. I'm fine with the way he sounds. I actually don't think I set anything up, but I want to back all that out. And I just think this is what we need to do here. So we're going to come in and do Captain. Man, these keyboards are strange. I always say that, and I mean it. Captain. Space. We're going to go... Should I... Oh. Do we not have symbols? No. Dadgum. Okay, I was going to use an apostrophe there. But let's go with Captain... Do we want it one word? I guess we will. So this is a play again off of Captain, Pirate, Ghost Pirate, Sunken Pirate, Mermaid Pirate, Dolphin Pirate, Homer Simpson Pirate. So it's sort of like, oh, I don't have any legs type of a thing. So Captain Dohfin. There we go. I think we'll run with that for now. If you have a better idea, feel free to let me know.
What kind of name is that for a pirate? Or at least for someone who talks like one.
I don't think he's a fan. Hey, let's make him dance because of that. Yeah, let's just... you can't unsee that. Is he reeling something in there, maybe? I don't know, but man, his stats are looking pretty good. So these swords I'm going to switch out. I just don't think... Can I change the look of them? Let's see. No, it will not let me. So those are like temporary. I'm going to give him something better, but they had pretty good stats, so that's kind of what we ran with. But so Captain Dohfin is born. We take a look at the Swashbuckler powers. I'll come in here and get him his elemental upgrades as well off camera. Again, if you want to see those, be sure to check out the Mr. Frosty video. But got to end this video. It'll be about my average length with the 10 minutes of like, you know, research artifacts that we came across. So Wiisdom.com is a personal website. Skylandclub.com is a forum. Make sure you follow me on Twitch. That's where I'm live streaming again because YouTube is a hot mess that I don't want to deal with. It's currently streaming Super Mario Odyssey there as well because again I don't know if I can stream that on YouTube anyway, but so many questions and no one that cares to answer them. So SkylanderClub.com is a forum. Again, I'll be posting up all my research spreadsheets there eventually. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment. If you really want to help me out, tell your friends about the channel, make alternate accounts, subscribe, click the bell however many times you have to click to get notified that I actually release videos so you don't come back to the channel and say, hey, I used to watch you 2 years ago and then I never knew that you were still uploading videos, which I get oh so many times. It's extremely frustrating on this site. And nonetheless, though, I hope you enjoy, and I don't know. This is a guy I might, reimagine, if you will. As we unlock more gear, if I get burned out on it, we might go a different route and do like a squid or octopus. I don't know. Lots of options. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I will catch you back here for more Skylanders Imaginators research. Adios.